Why me too? Mr. James, let me comment on what a fine business partner you will be for this company. Let's work together and make this deal a successful one. That, ladies and gentlemen, is not me. That's my boss. And that handshake would bring in 1.4 million ringgit to my company. Wow, what an amazing news. The only problem was, I don't actually own the company. That handshake would mean long hours at work, thousands of phone calls a day, and skipping lunches just to meet deadline. I said this to myself, why me? Fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, the next morning it was the usual sound of the cleaner vacuuming the floor. That will only mean one thing. You're damn early at work. So I booted the computer and I could see the cleaners picking up McDonald's fries from yesterday's supper. Then came the first nightmare. The phone rang. A familiar voice. The nasty secretary of Mr. James. What? Mr. James wants the budget before lunch? You gotta be kidding me! Ladies and gentlemen, you know the two words. Why me? I drag my lazy fingers as it danced across the keyboard. At 1 p.m., I was holding a Subway sandwich and typing away. At 4 p.m., I was on the phone and typing away. At 7 p.m., still typing. 9 p.m., still typing. Churning up numbers and forecasts. At 11 p.m., I decided to call it a day. My mind went blank. My body felt so tired. My face constipated. As I walked to my car park, I saw the only car in the whole parking space under a blinking light. I was the only one left. Why me? Anyone? Help me! Why me? Suddenly, there's so much negativity in my mind. And all of a sudden, there's a bright light shining at me. Is that God? Who can that be? Curly hair, well dressed, about my height. Turned out it was the parking man. The parking man with a torchlight, shine at me, shine at my car. Shine at me, shine at my car. Shine at me. Encik, ada masalah ke? Sir, are you having problem? And I explained to the parking man about my situation. And there parked his rusty Proton Saga. He went in and took out a toolbox and began to replace the car battery. And I had a conversation with this man, Encik Zam. And I found out Encik Zam actually owns a workshop back then. But because he was cheated, so it had to close down. And his wife passed away just last year because of an accident. And he has to raise 6 children. Wow. So he began fixing my car. After it's all done, I tried my car again. And I drove back. As I was driving back, I looked at the clock on the car dashboard. It reads 1:30 a.m. And next day, I had to wake up at 5 a.m. How can I survive a long working hours? And in a flash, I suddenly thought of the kind deed of Encik Zam. You see, Encik Zam taught me an important lesson. That if there's someone who deserves more, it's him, not me. And I began to question myself. Rather than asking myself, why me? I asked myself, why you? And the next morning, I went to Cik Fatima, the cleaner, and I thanked her for maintaining the well-needed coffee machine. And she gave me the biggest smile. And when the nasty secretary, Miss Jane, called, I wished her a good day after being scolded for 20 minutes. The next day, she scolded me 5 minutes. And I went to my boss and I thanked him for giving me this opportunity. And he rewarded me with bringing in more stuff to help me. And then Encik Zam, I paid him for the spare battery. On top of it, I gave a huge tip because he needed it. So ladies and gentlemen, ask yourself, when was the last time you addressed someone as the cleaner, the nasty secretary, the boss, the parking man? You see, when we get so busy doing something, we forgot that life doesn't just revolve around us, but it revolves around people around us. If you make them feel good about themselves, they will make you feel good about yourself. If you make them visible, they will make you valuable. So ask yourself, why you?
Simply incredible. It gets better and better each time. And now we come to the final part.